So today we will be starting with fallacies. अभी तक हमने रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन की कुछ इंट्रिकसीज के बारे में समझा है एंड हमें ये समझ आ गया है किस चीज़ पे फोकस करना है, किस चीज़ पे फोकस नहीं करना है, कौन से कीवर्ड्स हैं, कौन से एक्सट्रीम वर्ड्स हैं, कौन से थॉट रिवर्सर्स हैं, कौन से थॉट एक्सटेंडर्स हैं. टुडे वी विल बी फोकसिंग ऑन द ऑप्शन टाइप्स. राइट, अब हम सबको पता है कि एक पैसेज पढ़ने के बाद हमारे पास 4 ऑप्शंस होते हैं एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम स्टूडेंट्स कम टू मी एंड टेल मी कि मैम 4 में से 2 ऑप्शंस तो ऐसे होते हैं जो हम आराम से एलिमिनेट कर लेते हैं, बट देन वी गेट स्टक in between 2 options and usually हम लोग गलत ऑप्शन मार्क कर देते हैं. So today we will be talking about some common errors in the reasoning which tend to make you lose marks in the paper. इनको हम बोलते हैं fallacies. आज हम exactly fallacies ही पढ़ने वाले हैं and the entire session will be about fallacies. We will be solving a few questions and I'll make sure that all the basic concepts of fallacies are also clear to you as are the other concepts. As per my perception, all those concepts are clear to you, right? Chalo, let's just quickly start then. So starting with the first thing, what is a fallacy? It is a kind of error in reasoning, right? I'll give you an example here. For example, let's say these are 2 small pieces of clay, right? Let's say that the statement is that there are 2 small pieces of clay and the option, in the options there are 4 options, out of which one option says that 2 small pieces of clay will make a third small piece of clay. Is that possible? Is that logically possible? That 2 small pieces of clay will make another small piece of clay? No, that won't happen, right? Rather, the answer will be that if these 2 pieces of clay are combined, they'll make a bigger piece of clay, right? So this is a fault in our reasoning, right? This is a flaw in our reasoning. So a piece of reasoning can have more than one fault, right? And thereby commit more than one fallacy. So जरूरी नहीं है कि सिर्फ एक ही flaw होगा, एक से ज़्यादा भी flaws हो सकते हैं हमारे किसी particular option में. So we have to see what kind of fallacy is there and we have to remember the type of fallacies while we are answering the questions. Chalo, so first thing first is ad hominem. So in this, what happens is that it is a personal attack. Let's just come to the example. Don't listen to his views on climate change. He failed science in school. Now, despite of understanding the fact that the person has been studying geography or the person has been studying climatology, we are saying कि ये साइंस में फेल हुआ था इसलिए इसकी बात मत सुनो, just because इसको साइंस का कुछ नहीं आता, तो इसको apparently इसको क्लाइमेट का भी कुछ नहीं आता होगा. That is known as a personal attack. कि आप किसी की पर्सनल किसी डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन या कोई पर्सनल वीकनेस के ऊपर कमेंट करके ये बोल रहे हो that the person is incapable somewhere or the other. चलो, so attacking the person instead of their argument is what ad hominem is all about, right? So ad hominem is all about a personal attack on the person and this is something that we tend to do quite often. For example, let's say there is a person who is saying that if there are a group of friends going out to eat, everyone should contribute equally, right? There is a person who's saying if there are a group of friends, they should contribute equally while they go out and eat. And one of the friends, he stands up and says, you don't say such thing just because you are a miser. तो उसका argument क्या है कि सबको equally contribute करना चाहिए, but one of the friends is saying कि भाई you are confused, that is why you don't want to contribute. So here we are making a personal attack on the person and not his argument. The argument should be reasoned, right? The argument should be reasoned upon and we should tell that why is his argument wrong. One of the friends can say that we are all friends who are going out and it is a treat by one of the friends. So a treat means there is no distribution of any sort of money. ठीक है, तो वो reason valid होगा यहाँ पे, but just because you are saying कि ये तो miser है, that is why he is saying such a thing will become wrong. right? So when you are attacking the person personally, that is known as ad hominem, right? Next we have a straw man. What do we mean by straw man? Misrepresenting someone's argument to make it easier to attack. For example, person A says we should have some regulations on guns. The words here are some regulations. ठीक है? Person B, on the other hand, tries to rephrase person A's argument and he says, so you want to ban all guns and leave us defenseless? Now, here we have misrepresented his statement by saying banning. He's saying we should have some regulations. We are not saying that you can completely ban guns. He's not saying that. He's saying that there should be some sort of regulation on the use of guns. Right? So this is known as straw man, wherein you are trying to counter the person while changing his statement as per your own preference. Right? Then, next we have is a slippery slope. What do we mean by a slippery slope? It basically means, let's just read the examples and then try to understand it. If we allow students to use calculators, soon they won't learn maths at all. तो यहाँ पे हम क्या कर रहे हैं कि हम एक छोटे से आर्ग्यूमेंट से एक बहुत बड़ा कॉन्सिक्वेंस या फिर एक एक्सट्रीम कॉन्सिक्वेंस जो है उसको डिराइव कर रहे हैं. So arguing that one step will automatically lead to an extreme consequence is known as a slippery slope, right? For example, let's say if we don't plant trees today, within next 2 years, the entire world will face extreme climatic disasters. So यहाँ पे क्या है कि हम सिर्फ 2 साल के बेसिस पे कि अगले 2 साल में अगर ये नहीं हुआ तो ये हो जाएगा. This is a slippery slope, right? Now, until and unless there is a fact in the passage which supports such extreme arguments, तब तक आप कोई भी extreme conclusion को आंसर या consequence को आंसर नहीं करोगे. Right? Then, next one is hasty generalization. In hasty generalization, we try to make a broad conclusion from limited evidence. ठीक है? One of the generalizations which I have always heard are that all the lawyers are liars, which is extremely wrong, and I don't support that at all. But this is a generalization and it is a hasty generalization. So making a broad conclusion from limited evidence. So two kids from that school misbehaved, so the whole school is bad, right? See, we as humans, we as Indians have this tendency of labeling people from a particular region. Oh, you are a South Indian, you will definitely be good at maths, or you'll be definitely good at science, or you'll be amazing when it comes to English or literature, right? So this is a hasty generalization. Then we have something known as false dilemma, right? Now, what is a false dilemma? You either love fast food or you are a health freak. So here, when we try to present only 2 extremities, right? When we try to present only 2 extreme options, that is known as a false dilemma. Now, whenever there is a passage which talks about extremities, then such answer may be correct. But whenever we read and there are more options, we shouldn't make such type of mistake, which is known as a false dilemma, which is also known as the either or fallacy. So, presenting only 2 options when more exist is known as a whether if fallacy. I hope that is clear to everyone. Now, next we have is something known as circular reasoning. I'll give you an example of circular reasoning. I deserve a rise because I am entitled to more money, right? I am entitled to more money. I deserve more sleep because I feel sleepy. What kind of a reason is that, right? So here, circular reasoning basically means begging the question. Whatever the question is saying, you are restating the same in your answer is known as circular reasoning. Restating the claim instead of proving it is known as circular reasoning. I hope that is clear. And any claim needs support using the premise or the facts. So if there is a fact which supports your claim, then well and good. But most of the times, restatement of the claim will never be your answer, right? Now, next is red herring. So in this what happens is, let's just see the example here. Why worry about climate change when there are homeless people to help? So here, when nothing makes sense, question आपको कुछ और पूछ रहा है, answer आप कुछ बिल्कुल ही irrelevant कर रहे हो, that is known as red herring. And most of the times, it is very easy for us to eliminate such kind of options. वो जो 4 options में से 2 option आप बिल्कुल ही irrelevant सोच के eliminate कर देते हो ना English और critical reasoning में, this is that option, right? Then moving ahead to the next one, which is appeal to authority. Now what do we mean by appeal to authority? Appeal to authority basically means that you are gaining credibility out of your argument by stating a popular name or a popular figure. For example, you might have seen celebrities selling products, right? That is a great way to advertise. बहुत अच्छा तरीका है advertise करने का. But that is something known as appeal to authority. So claiming something is true because an authority figure says so, right? Even if irrelevant. For example, there was a movie based on this, right? There was an Indian film which was based on this, a Bollywood movie which was based on this, wherein a kid used to believe that the bat that he has and the bat had a signature of, I guess, Sehwag sir or Sachin sir, and he used to believe that this was a magic bat, and that is why he was able to score well in his under 13. So he used to believe that if his bat wouldn't have been there, he wouldn't have made it to the under 13, right? So before his final match, one of his friends who used to be jealous of him, he broke his bat, and then the boy got to know that the power is within him. This was one of the movies which I saw back in time when I was a kid, right? So that is just an example of this fallacy, wherein an authority makes you believe, or quoting an authority makes you believe that this is something which has to be done. For example, let's say your brother tells you that mummy ne bola ye cheez aise honi hai. You try to believe him. Why? Just because you know that your mom has said something to you, right? Which may or may not be true. So here a celebrity said this diet works, so it must be healthy. This is known as appeal to authority, right? The next one that we have is a bandwagon fallacy. So everyone is buying this new phone, so it must be the best. जो सब कर रहे हैं वही सही तरीका होगा, right? This is known as the bandwagon fallacy. So assuming something is true because many people believe it to be true is known as bandwagon fallacy. Next we have is a post hoc, which is a false clause. Simple. I sneezed, then the light went out. My sneeze caused the blackout. कि भाई just because आपने छीका, आपकी आंखें बंद हुई, उसकी वजह से लाइट चली गई, right? So assuming one event caused another just because it came first, just because of the happening of an event अगर कुछ होता है, for example, बिल्ली रास्ता काट जाए और उसके बाद अगर आपके साथ कोई mishap हो, that is a clear example of post hoc, which is a false cause. आप एग्जाम में फेल हो गए just because एक बिल्ली आपका रास्ता काट गई थी. आप एग्जाम में फेल इसलिए हुए क्योंकि आपके कॉन्सेप्ट्स क्लियर नहीं थे या आपने रिवाइज नहीं किया था. उसमें बिल्ली के रास्ता काटने का there is nothing to do with it, right? That is known as post hoc. Next we have is to quo. So here in to quo, what we have is it is you too. It means you too. So how can you tell me not to smoke when you used to smoke yourself, right? Now wherein you are dismissing your critique saying that the critique once himself did the same thing, right? So pointing out the critique's faults and dismissing his claims is known as you-too, right? Or to-ko. Next we have is appeal to emotion. Now what do we mean by appeal to emotion? Using feelings instead of logics to persuade. This we all have seen, our grandmothers and our grandfathers doing all this thing, right? You might have seen in the movie or somewhere where the grandmother says that now I'm not feeling well, you should get married. That is nothing but an appeal to emotion. So think of poor children you must agree with, right? So think of poor children, you must agree with me. So just by making the other person feel emotional, you're trying to prove your point. Such kind of options fall under the category of appeal to emotion. And in legal reasoning specifically, most of the people fall prey to such kind of options, right? The next one is false analogy. False analogy. Analogy means similarity. Right? So comparing two things that are not truly alike. So employees are like nails, just hit them hard enough and they'll do the job. This is a false analogy because here you're trying to say that if you beat your employees, they'll work hard. And that is a wrong similarity, right? Then we have is equivocation, which is playing with the words. Right? We all play with words and we've done that for fun, right? But yahan pe the signal said fine for parking here. So I thought it was fine to park here. This is illogical, right? So you cannot play with the words saying that this was the reason which I thought justified my answer. Next is loaded question. Now, have you stopped cheating on exams yet? So here, have you stopped cheating on exams yet? Here, asking a question with a hidden assumption. So what is the assumption here? That he used to cheat earlier, right? That he used to cheat earlier and everybody knows about it. This is known as a loaded question which has a hidden meaning to it, right? Next we have is a false balance. What do we mean by a false balance? So false balance means both-sided fallacy. Some scientists say vaccines work, some disagree. The truth must be in the middle. Now here, such kind of fallacies most of the times are something that we are not able to see, or we are not able to highlight, or we tend to ignore. एंड उस चक्कर में हम इसको बहुत बारी मार्क भी करके आते हैं जहां पे वी ट्राई टू मेक अ बैलेंस बिटवीन द आर्गुमेंट्स ऑफ द ऑथर्स. ठीक है? सो हियर यू नीड टू मेक श्योर दैट एक ऑथर कोई दो ऑपोजिट आर्गुमेंट्स पे एक टाइम पे अग्री नहीं करेगा, राइट? सो मेक श्योर दैट यू अवॉइड दीज. देन अपील टू ट्रेडिशन. अपील टू ट्रेडिशन का मतलब वी शुडंट चेंज द स्कूल सिस्टम. इट्स वर्कड फॉर डेकेड्स, wherein despite of what has been said in the passage, you still follow the same path, right? Claiming something is correct because it has always been done that way. ठीक है? And most of the times we are conditioned that way. हमारी conditioning ऐसे हो चुकी है कि हम कोई भी चीज अगर कुछ extra लिखी है, for example, let's say the passage is talking about modernization and giving equal rights to the women in the war front or in any other XYZ military exercises, and most of the students will still mark that no, this cannot be done. Why? Because the assumption here says that the women have been weak. ठीक है? अब यहाँ पे just because of the traditional outlook of it, and just because the history of women in the military services have told us that women are weak, that is why they are not allowed in the military, or they were not allowed in the military services. That is why in the future also they shouldn't be given such responsibilities. ये हो जाता है appeal to tradition, wherein आप अपने statements को या आप अपने options को ऐसे jot करते हो जहां पे आपके जो preconceived notions है वो action में आ जाए, right? Next is appeal to novelty. Now, what is appeal to novelty? It is very easy. Novelty means something new, right? So, believing something is better just because it is new. iPhone 17 plus Air whatsoever XYZ खरीद लेते हैं just because वो एक नया एडिशन है तो अच्छा ही होगा. कोई नई चीज आई है वो अच्छी ही होगी. कोई नई सनस्क्रीन आई है वो अच्छी ही होगी. This is a fallacy because until and unless there is a fact which proves it. Because in reading comprehensions and in critical reasoning we tend to understand the answers by reading. राइट जब तक आपके पास फैक्ट्स नहीं है तब तक आप ऐसे से कोई भी आंसर्स मार्क ही नहीं कर सकते हो. दिस इज नोन एज अपील टू नोवेलिटी. नेक्स्ट इज नो ट्रू स्कॉट्समैन. व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय दैट? सो नो स्कॉट्समैन वुड एवर कमिट अ क्राइम when shown evidence when no true Scotsman would. That is simply ignoring the facts, right? Reinterpreting evidence to protect universal claim, right? So this is what is known as no true Scotsman. Next, false equivalence. What do we mean by false equivalence? False equivalence का मतलब होता है treating two unequal things as if they are the same. Not recycling a bottle is just as bad as cutting down a rainforest. A bottle and an entire rainforest, they cannot be compared with. Similarly, कोई भी दो unequal चीजों को आप equal consider करके अपना आंसर नहीं मार्क कर सकते. Next is a genetic fallacy. Judging something as true or false based on its origin. That idea came from a small country, so it can't be good. ठीक है, इंडिजीनियस प्रोडक्ट है तो अच्छा नहीं होगा, फॉरेन का प्रोडक्ट है तो अच्छा ही होगा, एक्सपोर्ट हुआ है तो अच्छा ही होगा, राइट? अच्छा चीज ही बाहर गया होगा. इंपोर्ट हुआ है तो कोई बहुत अच्छी चीज ही बाहर से आई. इंपोर्टेड प्रोडक्ट्स है तो महंगे ही होने चाहिए. ऑल दीज आर जेनेटिक फैलेसीज. देन मिडिल ग्राउंड फैलेसी. अज्यूमिंग, अब एग्जांपल देख लेते हैं. सम पीपल से vaccines work, some say they don't, so the truth must be halfway. This is known as middle ground fallacy once again, right? Then we have something known as appeal to ignorance, right? That is argument from ignorance. Now, no one has proven aliens don't exist, so they must exist. क्या मतलब है इसका कि अगर otherwise prove नहीं हुआ तो ये statement बिल्कुल सही है. This is what it says. That is appeal to ignorance. Claiming something is true because it hasn't been proven false is what this particular fallacy means. Next is a composition fallacy, which says each ingredient in this dish tastes great, so the dish will taste great. Right? कि हर एक चीज अगर अच्छी इस चीज को बना रही है तो आउटकम भी अच्छा ही होगा, which is not always true. Right? So assuming what's true of the parts is true of the whole. जैसे मैंने बताया दो छोटी चीजें एक और छोटी चीज बनाएगी, which is false, right? दो छोटी चीजें मिलके एक comparatively बड़ी चीज बनाएगी. Composition fallacy. Next is a division fallacy. Assuming what's true of the whole must be true of the parts as well. This basketball team is the best in the league, so every player must be the best. अब ये इसका opposite है, ये दोनों एक दूसरे के opposites हैं. ठीक है, this is the list of fallacies which I had to discuss with you all. Now I am going to discuss the questions and the fallacies in the option types. All right, so that is the first one for you. Try to solve it. A new policy is being discussed to limit the use of plastic bags in the city. Some people argue, very important for you, some people argue this will help the environment. Which response contains a fallacy? If we ban plastic bags, next they'll ban paper bags, then reusable ones, and soon we won't be allowed to carry anything. Plastic takes centuries to decompose, so reducing it will help future generations. Studies show similar bans reduce waste in the other countries. We should give citizens incentives to use alternatives instead of punishing them. Out of all these, I am very sure that most of you are able to understand that which option has a fallacy to it. So try to tell me. The answer is the first one, which is a slippery slope. slope fallacy, right? Now, moving ahead to the next one. A debate on whether students should wear uniforms in schools, which response contains a fallacy. Uniform reduces distractions and helps students focus. You can't trust her opinion, she's just a freshman. Some studies suggest uniforms promote equality and parents and students should vote on the policy. According to you, which one works here? According to me, option B will be correct. But what kind of a fallacy is it? Try and tell me. It is an ad hominem fallacy. Why? Because here we are talking about the personal attributes of a person. So we are personally attacking that person who has given such a statement. Then, a local mayor proposes building more bike lanes to reduce traffic. Which response contains a fallacy? Every city that added bike lanes saw fewer accidents. If we build bike lanes, soon cars will be banned completely. Bike lanes give people safer options for travel and it may cost money now, but it would save in the healthcare later. Which one is the true answer? Try to think. It's very easy. अब यहाँ पे वर्ड है completely, तो extremity की बात हो रही है. It is a slippery slope, right? It is also generalizing, so it is a slippery slope here. Next, a commercial claims a new energy drink boosts performance. Which response contains a fallacy? This drink is amazing because it gives you energy like no other. A sports star drinks it, it must work. Then, studies show caffeine improves alertness and people feel more awake after drinking it. Which one is correct? It is again very easy. I have already told you this. It is appeal to authority and the correct answer is it is B. A sports star drinks it, so it must work. Right? Next one is a lawmaker suggests increasing taxes on junk food to promote health. Now, if we increase junk food taxes, soon the government will tax every kind of food. From this only you will be able to understand this is a slippery slope. Right? Then, an argument arises about online learning versus traditional classroom. Some students learn better face to face. Now, very important for you, some word is written here. If you don't support online learning, you are against progress. Right? The word here is against progress. Online classes make education more accessible. Both methods can complement each other. Which one will be the correct one? It is the B one, which says this is if you don't support online learning, you are against progress, which is a false dilemma, right? Or which is also known as a false dilemma, right? It is a false dilemma, right? Next. A scientist presents evidence about climate change. He cheated on his wife, so how can we trust his science? Very clear for everyone, this is a personal attack and hence it is ad hominem. Right? Come to the next one. A debate on whether to invest more in space exploration, whether one country should spend more on space exploration or not. We should focus on Earth's problem before exploring space. If we fund space travel, soon we'll waste trillions colonizing other planets. Space research has led to medical and technological advancements. It inspires innovation for future generations. Which one do you think is correct? It is. If we fund space travel, soon we'll waste trillions colonizing other planets. So this will be a slippery slope. Right? Next. A student says their favorite athlete is the greatest of all time. He broke multiple world records. Everyone on Twitter says he's the best. Experts rank him top in the field, and last he won more medals than anyone else. Just because others say he has done this, he has also started believing, and hence it is the bandwagon fallacy. Right? I hope that is clear. Now, moving ahead to the next one. A candidate says they will lower employment if elected. That's impossible. He is ugly and has no charisma. His past policies create jobs before. Economists support his proposal and job data show improvement in similar plans. So what will be the answer here? It will be A. Here we are attacking him personally, so it will become an ad hominem. Right? I hope that is clear to you all. Now, moving ahead. Oh, that was the last question. Alright, so here we've come to the end of fallacies also. If you have any doubts, please make sure that you clear your doubts. You comment down in the comment section below and I'll be glad to solve your doubts. Thank you.